Hello everyone, my name is Alice and welcome to my YouTube channel, particularly if you are a new viewer. Today I'm going to be sharing my top 10 favourite design books. So from 2012 to 2015 I completed an undergraduate degree in product design. Then I did a master's in marketing in a school of business. But then after that I was back in a school of art and design doing my PhD from 2017 to 2020. So we're just going to get straight on with it, and I'm going to be sharing my top 10 favourite books that I would recommend for students or people interested in design. So this book is called Product Design and it was published in 2011. The authors are Paul Rodgers and Alex Milton. Paul Rodgers was actually the examiner for my PhD Viva in July last year. I would really recommend this book because it's a very comprehensive overview and there's some excellent case studies in it. So for example, different ways to model things and a case study about this chair. There's interviews of different designers and it really clearly explains the whole design process as well as like postmodernism, post-war period. I've marked this up a lot. I did that during my undergraduate degree. Okay, so that's a book that I would recommend. The second book that I would recommend is not a book that you would necessarily read cover to cover, but it's called The Universal Principles of Design. So it goes through 125 ways to enhance usability, influence perception, increase appeal, make better design decisions and teach through design. So it's a kind of book that you might just occasionally lift up and look. So there's like the faceism ratio. I don't even know what some of these are. Or like the entry point where you'd enter a design. The design line. Contour bias. And showing different kettles. So this is a very nice book and it's, as I said, it's not really the sort you'd read from cover to cover. It's very detailed and it's got about 250 pages. The next books that I would recommend are a set of 3 books by Portfolio Studios, Product Design, this top bit. Again, this was written by Alex Milton and Paul Rodgers, like the first one, and it's research methods for product design. So I actually used this a bit during the PhD. It's not very comprehensive, but it gives a good overview. But then if you need more information, you'll have to go and look elsewhere. I don't know, I just really like the drawings and the paper feels nice. So that's woodworking, how to do quick and dirty prototyping, and it's got actual products like these Adidas trainers. It explains ethnography, but I had to do some more research for that. Like shadowing, day in the life, photo, like using photo and video diaries. So it's really good because it explains different research methods that you might decide to use for a product design research project. This second book in the same range was written by Kevin Henry and it's called Drawing for Product Designers. I actually use this book a bit less than the other 2, but it's still a good thing to have on your bookshelf. So personally, I've been doing isometric style drawing since about the age of 15 or 16 during my GCSEs, but this is good for explaining different methods. I just tended to stick with isometrics. Don't know, all these little things like that, which we didn't cover in the product design degree, but I suppose they might be useful, or like the psychology of sketching. Okay. The 5th book that I would recommend in this video, and the 3rd book for this matching series of books, is called Prototyping and Model Making for Product Design. So it was written by this person, who I don't know how to pronounce their name, but it's good because it just shows you the different material methods and how you might decide to prototype your product. So here's a tutorial of how you might prototype a games controller. And it's good because it goes through different types of glue and what materials they can be used with, and also like the capabilities of CO2 laser cutters, which will be helpful if you are new to product design processing and you want to create good prototypes for your degree or for your work in general. The sixth book I would recommend is this book called Materials by Lefthary. I don't know, I just like it because it's all tactile. It has all the lots of different materials etched into the cover. So I've actually got markers in here. So I have marked up some pages, marked up pet. So I must have been doing something when I used this last. And also polyvinyl chloride, which is used to make things like this rubber duck. So this is a really good comprehensive view of all the different materials. It's got the sort of normal materials like metals, woods and plastics, but then it's got other stuff like even fish scales, and there's also carrot fibres, which you might decide to use if you're looking for something like that. This is also by Lefthary, and it's got the same sort of embossed cover, and it's called Making. So unlike that prototyping book before, this is a bit more for manufacture and for industry. So things like pre-crimp welding or using pulp paper. But again, this is a really nicely laid out book, and it's brightly coloured, and it looks great on the bookshelf with the other one. Yes, this is a book that I did reference, and it's good because often in your degree you might have to write about how the design is going to be mass manufactured. So having something like this as a reference can be invaluable. Okay, now we're moving on to more sort of career books. So this is a book I bought maybe 2014 or 2015. I looked it up on Amazon and it seems to be about £40 at the moment. So it is an expensive book, but it's good if you want to apply for product design jobs or other degrees for product design. It shows you how to lay out your portfolio. So it says it can be for photographers and designers, and that wouldn't just be product design, it would be other design as well. So I enjoyed reading this a lot because it's very visual, it's got all the pictures. It shows you how to make a digital and online portfolio, mini portfolios, how to lay out your A3 pages. There's a whole section about layout. And then also different colours, colour schemes, mood boards, your cover. Yeah, I like this like mini portfolio section, and I ended up creating a little portfolio that I gave to people when I was looking for work experience, which was now about 6 years ago. So I would highly recommend this. It's a very good in-depth look. And I think there's also a section on interviews. So if you have problems with interviews, you might want a more detailed view, but this is good as a nice summary, because there are not a lot of books about preparing for the world of work for designers, but this is a good way to show you how to get your work out there. And this is another book, Preparing for the World of Work. So this is something you might decide to buy if you want to be an entrepreneur or even set up your own business or work for a small business, I suppose. So it's by Alison Branagan, and it is the 2011 one. I checked on Amazon and she has done a 2019 edition, so you might want to purchase that one so it's a bit more up to date. I checked the price and it said £24 for the 2019 one, so I would recommend this. And Sir James Dyson writes on the back, "This book cuts through the latter and jargon of business, giving clear, simple advice about how to make a success out of your arts practice or creative business." So again, nice clear pages, bullet points, and it's just good because it's got like table of key art and design fairs. So spring, summer and autumn, all these different design fairs you might decide to go to. There's nice visuals. All these books have nice visuals because I am a visual sort of person. Yeah, so I would highly recommend this book, but I would say you should go for the new edition. The last book that I would recommend in this video is this book by Sir John Hegarty. So it's all about there being no rules in creativity. So throughout the book, it's very interesting sort of visual pages, and there are like red pen sketches throughout that he has done alongside the text. So this is the sort of book that you could read in about an hour, but it's nice to occasionally flick through if you're getting stuck, just to remind yourself that there are no rules with creativity, and that thinking outside the box can lead to better outcomes. Okay, that is it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to. Bye.